Well, whether regional organization, traditional organization, ally or competitors, it really depends on each of the organization. But tackling the humanitarian issues, we believe in the partnership. In that partnership, we believe as well in some cases, where appropriate, then there is a changing role from regional organization taking the lead, and then where the issues beyond the capacity of the region, maybe the international system can support. So this is about making sure that in the future that the capacity of the regional organization be increased, and then it can assume more responsibilities.
With the changing humanitarian landscape, with the challenges that the traditional actors are facing with regards to increased humanitarian needs, with regards to the rising number of people in need and the increased resources that are required, there is definitely value and importance in engaging with new actors and more appropriate and relevant actors, especially at the local and regional level. As such,
regional organizations and international organizations are not competitors, but in fact they are complementary to each other. Each one has its own, they have their own mandates, and they also have their own expertise. And so therefore, everybody has a space, everybody has a role to play when you speak of humanitarian assistance.
First of all, we couldn't do without those traditional Western organizations. They're the backbone of everything, and if they went away, everything else would collapse, in my opinion. So I think they're very, very important. Most of the time, I find in the Pacific we work well together, particularly in times of emergency, in times of crisis. Then we're all friends. When we're fighting for resources, we might not be so friendly. Then the competition comes in because resources are limited and we have to run our organizations. You know, so then, if you like, the animal instinct comes in to survive first. And then we're not necessarily as friendly with each other as we could be. Having said that, more and more, we are partnering for the funding. We're recognizing that we might not individually get everything we want, and it might be more sensible if we teamed up together.
Sometimes there is this patronage, especially by international organizations. As a regional organization, what we say or what we propose and what we appeal to is that there shouldn't be parallel mechanisms for coordination. Member states and regional organizations should play a central role in coordinating humanitarian response, but unfortunately sometimes international organizations see regional organizations as being subservient to them, more like a client. We are not clients, we are more of partners in this response.
So when we see the future, then there's more and more the regional organization will take the lead, but in order to be able to achieve that, then the international organization will need to support that mission. So it's always a need of a working relationship of regional organization and international organization and the national level as well, because some of the crisis, some of the disaster is so big that no single agency can handle it alone.